The following is a paid program and does not necessarily reflect the opinions of the staff or management of Visionary-related entertainment.
Aloha and welcome to Maui Nonprofit Notes, the weekly radio show where you'll find us talking story with Maui's nonprofit executive directors and staff to find out how they're working to support those with needs within our community. Maui Nonprofit Notes is generously sponsored by Pacific Source. If you're building or remodeling a home, please stop by Pacific Source's cabinet and appliance showroom located in the Waikapu Base Yard on East Oahe Way. I'm Susie Tiemann, Executive Director of Lokahi Pacific, and your host for Maui Nonprofit Notes. During this hour, we share some of the experiences of our nonprofit agencies and just how they're changing lives, changing communities, and creating miracles of hope for those with needs. And today we've got a really kind of cool thing to start off the show. This is the first time we've ever had a competition. I was going to say in the classroom, but I guess this is a studio, isn't it?
Yes.
We've got with it. Well, I'm going to let Nancy tell us who it is. We've got Nancy LaJoy, who's the executive director of the Pacific Cancer Foundation. And you've got quite a shindig put together here with the police chief and the fire chief for the community to enjoy a neat. Now, is this a softball game or baseball?
Softball.
Softball, okay. Tell us about it, Nancy.
Okay, Susie, thanks for having us here. Appreciate being on your show.
Hey,
It's great.
love having you here.
This venue for us. I'll just tell you a little bit about what we do. So Pacific Cancer Foundation provides free support services to Maui's cancer community. And this is our big time of year, the fall. We're doing lots of fundraising to raise those funds, to build our programs, to give back to the community. So right now we have a lot going on, and excited about our partnership with the police and fire department. Two great community organizations who work hard every day to protect and serve us, and then go above and beyond the call to also give back, which is pretty amazing.
It is. And from what I've seen and heard, I mean, this is just a tremendous competition between these two agencies because it's all about raising the most money.
That's right. What these guys do is they each print pink shirts with their logos on them. Fire has their shirts, police have their shirts, and then they have a quote-unquote friendly competition to see who sells the most shirts, and Pacific Cancer Foundation is lucky enough to be the beneficiary of that event. So we're pretty excited about that.
That's pretty cool, and I know we're going to go into it later, but just on the surface, are these shirts available at all the police substations and the fire stations?
These shirts are available at all the police stations, all the fire stations, the Pacific Cancer Foundation office, and also on the Pacific Cancer Foundation website. So there's men's and women's shirts, ladies' tanks, kids' shirts, and hats.
Cool. Yeah, I was looking at that, and those some models you've got there showing off those shirts. And I love the pricing structure. I mean, you guys really worked hard at coming up with the different prices. I think they're all $20 each, right? Aren't
Can't
they?
go wrong. Can't make a mistake. Pull out a 20 and you're good to go.
Okay, so who have we got with us, Nancy?
Fire department in one corner over here. We have Fire Chief Jeff Murray.
Hello.
And
Good afternoon.
Over here in the other corner, we have Sergeant Sang from the police department.
Aloha.
Sergeant John Sang.
Hi there.
Hi.
How are you today?
Oh, doing hunky-dory.
Hunky-dory.
Yeah.
Is that a police term? Hunky-dory. Where do we know a hunky-dory from?
I'm sure I got it from TV somewhere.
I'm sure, yeah. It's first thing I thought of was Dory the
fish.
Explorer, or the fish, or what? What am I thinking of?
Yeah.
Or all of the above.
All of the above.
That's cool. Chief Jeff, how's things in the fire department?
Oh, we're doing okay.
Are ya?
You know, busy as usual.
You know, we had an interesting experience with the fire department. We're building this affordable housing project here on Mokohau Road.
Uh-huh.
And earlier this year, there was a fire in a house right behind our project, and the fire truck couldn't get down the road. I think it was Super Bowl Sunday or something, and the little road back there that went to those rental houses was so jammed with cars, the truck couldn't get down there.
Right.
So they came around and used our fire hydrant and went through the dust fence to get to the fire.
Awesome.
That fire hydrant was approved just the week before.
Timing is everything.
So to Parrish, what is he?
Yep. He works with me.
Yeah. Thanks to him getting over there and inspecting that, it was available for use and putting out the fire.
Yep. Shows that we have to adapt to all those changing situations that you thought you'd have. And Super Bowl Sunday is one of those times.
Right.
Yeah.
And so, you just never know. And you think, how timely do you have to be to approve a fire hydrant? And it just worked out that's, he jumped right on it to get over there and get it approved. And there it was, ready for him to use. You
Like I
never
say,
know.
timing's everything.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah,
so I have a
absolutely.
great appreciation for the fire department.
Thank you. I do too.
That's good. That's good. I also have a neighbor who's a captain, so I kind of have to.
Oh, okay.
But he's
Make sure he behaves.
Yeah, he's one of the good guys. He helped me in a rescue effort when my dog got lost a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, sweet.
He knows
See,
how.
it's not just cats; it's dogs as well,
Yeah.
and an occasional horse.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. He knows how to trek through that tall cane grass down in the gully and stuff. And we found the dog safe and sound, and everything's good.
Awesome.
And,
Happy to hear.
Yeah. So, couple of pieces of vital information for the fire department.
Thank you.
So, Susie, next time the fire department shows up at your house, they may be wearing pink shirts because
Oh.
the fire department actually wears the pink shirts during the month of October as part of their uniform.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Neat. So I'll be seeing my neighbor headed out to his truck with his pink shirt on.
You should have it on. If not, you ask him where's his pink shirt.
Okay. I'm going to report you.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I'm sure he will wear it. I'm sure he will. That's cool. So the police department, what are you wearing your shirts? You can't really, can you?
Yeah, so our line officers are really able to do so. But as a result of that, this year we've actually made it available or possible that they could wear, instead of a shirt, they'll be wearing a little ribbon, pink ribbons,
Yeah.
with the MPD on it.
Oh, cool.
To allow our line officers, to show the support. In the past years, we found out that they wanted to, it's just policies don't allow
Right.
them to.
Right.
So we created this as an option.
Cool.
But inside the building, for every other position, the officers or even civilian staff will be wearing their pink shirts.
Cool. Always thinking.
Yes, and adapting.
Yes, and adapting. Wonderful. So now, do these guys have to try out for the team, for the ball game, or is it anybody
the
who wants to?
softball game, so I have a coach that handles the team, and then we'll get all the names in, and hopefully they're not working, and they're able to come to the game. So so the coach got it all handled.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is serious competition.
At some point it
At
is.
some point.
At some levels.
Yeah, at some levels it is.
Well, from some of the pictures I've seen of past games, you've got quite a few guys who sign up for it, and a couple of ladies that
Oh,
join in the
absolutely,
fun. Yeah. And so it looks like you can rotate in and out and do some fun things.
Right,
on
we
the
try to
field.
get as much people in as possible.
Yeah.
And have fun in the process. But it starts out. The first out is always fun, and then it gets a little competitive, which it should.
Uh-huh.
That's what we do, right? Every day we
Right.
respond to things. We're very competitive about making sure that we're able to respond to our community in the right way, and this is the opportunity for us to play on a field.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's cool.
we got umpires, so it's all good.
No. Do the umpires have to step in often?
Never.
Never. Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, wrong game.
I got you.
Yeah, wrong game.
Okay. Going on. Do we have a standing? What's the win-loss ratio here, or do we talk about
we're
that?
going to go that way.
Oh, we don't want to talk
Sorry,
about it.
Sergeant, but she brought it up, and for the record, is fire department. It's up to 2-0.
Okay.
But the ultimate winner is the Pacific Cancer Foundation. So we always keep that in mind. We can rib each other about that, but ultimately it's the Pacific Cancer Foundation and their patients. So friendly competition is a lot of fun.
Right.
So we appreciate them letting us win. So thank you.
You know, we feel sorry sometimes.
Okay.
You know, I just wanted to say, our officers, our staff, our employees, I mean, we enjoy doing this every year. We look forward to it. In fact, I've been getting calls for weeks already. When are the shirts coming out? You know, we're getting calls. When's the game? When's the
Gotcha.
game? Because, you know, there's that friendly banter between the two
Right.
agencies. And it's a lot of fun.
Yeah,
It is.
that's neat. Now, do a lot of people come back year after year? I mean, I realize it's only the second or third year, but I mean, once they've been in it, they want to do it again.
Usually,
Yeah.
Yeah, I would think.
on both sides for sure.
Yeah. Jeff, I liked your comment here that so many of us have been hit hard by cancer. And I think with the size of the staff that you have and that the police department has, that's an understatement, if anything, because cancer has hit so many people and so many families and friends. This just seems like a natural thing to do, is to help out with in whatever way you can. And this is a great way. I mean, it's fun for you guys. It's a Saturday afternoon. Hopefully things are quiet out there a little bit, so that you can get out there and just relax and have a good time. And it's a family event. I would think.
Absolutely. That's one of the reasons why we moved it to the late evening on a weekend. We want to have it a family event. We're going to have food trucks. It's all about entertainment, right? And you know, partnership with the police department is very critical because we can't work in our community without each other,
Right.
especially without them. You know, they hold down the law. It is really important for us to show the people that we have the compassion, you know, not only as we work in our jobs, but as we do on the field. We're having fun, this camaraderie. It's just two teams working together, basically. So it's a great opportunity for us to interact with the public in that capacity.
Right. And it's always good for the public to see that side of law enforcement and the fire department, that they're just like us, the rest of us. They're family
Absolutely.
people. They're
Exactly.
our neighbors, and yet they're out there, as you say, every day fighting the fires, fighting the bad guys, doing what's needed. Nancy, did you have a comment you wanted to make?
Well, you know, I was thinking that, and that's why I love the fact that these guys are wearing the shirts and wearing the pins at the office and around in the community, because it also shows the community how much they care about them, not only their safety and their wellness, but also their overall health, and in the sense of taking care of the ohana. You know, you can't make a cancer journey by yourself. It really takes a large support system, and by broadening that support system to include our police and fire department, that's a real feel-good thing for our community, and we're all happy about that.
Right. I know so often when you come on, one of the things that I always bring up is the navigation system that you've got set up and how important that is. And I know I look back and I think, 40 years ago when I had my bout with cancer, I wish there had been something like that, because we were really feeling our way through, what's next? What do we do? How do we stop this so it doesn't come back again or doesn't, spread or hasn't spread? How do we know? I mean, 40 years ago, it was pretty tender territory.
Sure. Our patient navigator really plays a critical role, and the funds raised from this campaign help support that programming. Our patient navigator is up at the hospital in the oncology department right there, and she meets with people one-on-one when they're diagnosed and going through treatment, and really helps them navigate the cancer system, which in Maui is pretty complex. We don't have everything right there at the hospital. You might have to go here for a scan or there for a test. Sometimes you have to go to Oahu. Lots of challenges, and cancer patients needs that support. They need somebody to help guide them through the process, and that's one of the important programs that we have in place.
I think so, and I just I can't say enough good about what they do in guiding folks, because it's a scary time when you hear that word and you're diagnosed with it.
Yeah, and in Hawaii, 18 people every day hear that, and that
Oh my
blows me
gosh.
away. That's pretty big.
Whoa! I
And
had
so
no
when you
idea.
think about how that's impacting our community, and then that's not to mention how many survivors are in our community too.
Right.
And like I say, when all those folks in our community and their family and friends and supporters are seeing these guys wearing their pink shirts and coming out and watching them play softball, knowing that they're giving back, it really is touches your heartstrings,
Right,
you know, pulls
right.
on them.
Sure does. We got to take a short break, and we'll be right back and talk some more about going pink.
Aloha from Pacific Source, and thank you for your support over the years. Pacific Source has offered more of what builders and homeowners value most in building materials and cabinet design. We've done this by offering superior customer service and products, as well as by designing kitchens and baths that are intelligent and elegant while staying true to your vision and budget. Visit our showroom in Waikapu in central Maui, where we display a variety of cabinets as well as top-name appliances like Sub-Zero, Wolf, Viking, KitchenAid, and more. We display countertops, tile and wood flooring, and several brands of windows and doors, including Fleetwood multi-slides and La Cantina folding doors. Come in and talk to our designers about making your dreams become a reality. From concept to completion, we really believe our attention to detail and superior service are what sets us apart. Let us show you what we mean. We are a Pacific Source at 515 East Oahe Way in the Consolidated Base Yard in Waikapu, just off Waiko Road. Call us at 986-0380. That's 986-0380, or look us up online at packsource.com.
And we are back. This is Maui Nonprofit Notes, the weekly radio show where we talk story with our nonprofit executive directors and staff about what's going on in their world. And today, for the first half of the show, we're talking about the Pacific Cancer Foundation and what they've got going on. We've got coming up, what is this, 2 weeks, a week and a half away, the 23rd of September. That's a Saturday afternoon at the Iron Marahara Stadium. The Battle of the Badges. And we've got two big badges here in the office, no, in the studio. What the heck? Where am I? School, studio, whatever. Anyway, so Chief Murray, you got anything you want to say about the Battle of the Badges?
It's on Saturday, the
Right.
23rd. We'll have some food trucks there. Gates open at 4:30. Game starts at 6. We'll have a little opening ceremony and, you know, all of those things. We got a 7th inning stretch games for the kids. So there's a 9-inning game under the lights, you know, so it's a big family opportunity for them to come out and have some food and some fun and watch our guys play against each other.
I thought he was tempted to go.
I was waiting.
in
Well,
a certain
no.
direction
If Chief was here, he would have already gone through that direction. But Sergeant Sang is taking the high road, so I'm going to stay with him.
So you got to stay up there too. I
The
got
more
you.
reserved side of everything. But no, I want to encourage everyone that's out there, you know, come down, stop by, purchase a shirt from Pacific Cancer Foundation. You can get it from their website. You can go to any one of my police stations. Once again, to any one of my police stations to purchase the police shirts. But it all goes to the same common good. It all goes to supporting a worthwhile program within our community that helps people who have been affected by cancer. I mean, our police family, we've been touched by cancer in the past. Even some of our members, their own families have been touched by it as well. We understand what's going on behind the scenes with the families, the individuals, the patients, the survivors, you know. And Pacific Cancer Foundation does a really good job of supporting them throughout the year. And from the police department's perspective, whatever we can raise to help them continue that mission, we certainly will try to do so. But come down, buy a shirt, get into the game free, and you can watch the police
Here we go.
try to take that trophy back again this year. We're going to bring it back to our house.
Okay. There
But
we go.
yeah, I mean, come on out. And trust me, it'll be a lot of fun.
Gotcha. I'm sure that's the case.
Oh, absolutely. For
Tell-
everybody.
Tell me just a little bit about the games for the kids at the 7th inning stretch.
Well, we might have some running games. We're not 100% sure on how that's going to lay out.
Okay.
It's kind of working out right now. But we're trying to be interactive, you know, with
Okay.
our team players, the firefighters, the police, and have the children come out on the field and have a good time.
With them.
Yes.
There
Be
we
a
go.
great opportunity for
That's
the
pretty
kids
cool.
to come down and interact with the fire department, interact with the police department. There's always some fire trucks there out front. The kids love to get their picture taken on, picture taken with some firemen and policemen, and it's a great community event. And it's a great kickoff for our Go Pink campaign. The police, I think, will be wearing pink in the game, and the
No, I think-
I
firemen.
think we're wearing blue.
Yeah, blue.
Oh, police
blue
are-
with,
You got the
blue
blue
with
shirt.
pink.
Yes.
Look at,
Yeah.
okay, policemen are wearing blue and firemen are wearing pink.
Yeah, we're wearing pink.
Okay,
Gotcha.
So we're gonna shed the red, and we're gonna go with the pink.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Ooh, I like the way you talk. Food trucks was just a great family event.
Food trucks, bouncy castles, and lots of fun. Lots
Yeah.
of fun for everyone. PCF will have some resources out there for people in the community who need to grab any information from us or interact with any of our staff as well.
Cool. It's gonna be a fun time, and that's on Saturday the 23rd. Now, the T-shirts just became available yesterday, right?
Yes.
So this is brand new, hot off the press. No, you don't press T-shirts. Well, I guess you
Hot off
do
the
kind
presses
of.
A little
works,
bit.
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, okay.
Hot off the
So
presses.
stop by and get your shirts. All shirts, no matter what kind, whether it's a T-shirt or a tank top, an adult or a child, it's $20.
Yep.
So just walk in there with a $20 bill and have
Let me
your
let
shirt.
you know too that Sergeant Sang will be singing at
Really?
the game. He did last year. I'm hoping he will again this year. I'm kind of counting on him. We thought he was going to be out of town, but we may be able to rope him in, huh?
So for those of you who are looking, you might want to come a little bit later.
Oh, gee.
I'm just joking.
Are we
He's
talking
being
the,
very
nation-
modest.
the national anthem, or do you doing a whole routine?
I think I've been asked to do the state anthem.
Oh, the state. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Interesting. Should
And
be
he
good.
has an amazing voice.
I'll bet.
Yeah.
We could ask for a little.
Warm up.
No, okay. All right, I'm getting that look like, where's my car parked again? Okay.
What time is it?
Am I supposed to be out of here? No, I don't think so. Not yet. That's cool. So, you guys really didn't throw down the gauntlet or anything, but I kind of get a feeling that at some point in the game it gets a little competitive.
Like I said, after the first out.
Basically, yes.
Yeah. There's a lot of hugging and kissing, and then there's this game on.
I see.
yeah.
Okay.
You know, we're actually large children as well, like in the rest of the community, right? So when we
Right.
get this opportunity to relive our childhood or our high school days or our college days, we want to do that. So it's a lot of fun.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
Now, is this kind of thing gonna go into other areas? Like, is there gonna be a soccer match sometime between the two of you, as a benefit for somebody? Or
Well, actually, we partner throughout the year in different events.
Oh, okay.
We just finished our first ever summer Battle of the Badges, and that one was to benefit the Maui Food Bank.
Okay.
And just before that, I believe it's in April or May. I think it was
Yeah,
in
it
May.
was in May, and
We do the Battle of the Badges flag football game.
Oh, okay.
that benefits the Boys and Girls Club.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
That's neat.
These guys are battling year round.
All year.
All for the benefit of the nonprofits in the community.
Isn't that
I mean,
wonderful?
that's pretty amazing.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's fabulous.
You know,
Keep in
it's-
mind too, Susie, the food bank is also partnering with us
you
this
on
year.
this one?
So admission to the game is free with a donation to the food bank as well.
Okay, so
Happy
either
to have
wear your
those guys
wear
on
your
board.
Go Pink shirt, or bring a canned good or something for the food
Or
bank,
$5.
or $5.
Or
Yeah.
$5.
Cool. It's a good choice.
Thank
Yeah.
you for the opportunity of having us here. You know, it's
Hey.
not every day we get to talk story on the radio and you know, really talk about a great program.
It is.
And it's something that, you know, both of our departments are doing a lot throughout the year. And I think it's, the people need to understand that, you know, we do care and we're very compassionate and we love serving our community, whatever capacity it is, right? So, and we rather do it in this way because it's a lot more fun, less tragic situations. So, you know, we want everybody to be safe and have fun. But, you know, we just want to show them that we're just like them.
Right. That's terrific. I admire you guys for what you do on a daily basis and for what you do for us nonprofits. Thank you so much for
You're
everything,
welcome.
You're welcome.
Chief Murray and Sergeant Sang. Sing song.
He will sing
sang.
one.
He will sing.
Hello, he's got the voice to go with it.
He does.
Wonderful. I may have to come just to hear that.
There you go.
Yeah, but I watch a game too because I love those kinds of games because they do get exciting.
Yes,
You
they
know,
do.
you can't just stand back and just play shortstop. You got to get in the game,
Right.
right? Okay. Thank you all for joining us, Nancy. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Phone number that people can call if they have questions they want answered.
242-7661.
Great. Thank you so much. And you guys have a great game.
All right. Thank you.
All right, thank you very
And,
much. We'll see you at the game.
You got it. Aloha for all you do. Thank you. Okay, second half of the show coming up. We've got another big campaign that everybody's very familiar with and is kicking off this Saturday. It's like, what are we into? Fall here. Everybody's events are going strong. So we've got Gabrielle Sugar. Did I pronounce your last name right?
Yes, Gabrielle Sugar.
Why don't you just spell it Shugar? Hey, all these extra letters in here. You're just trying to confuse me. And she has brought with her
Rob Douglas.
Rob Douglas, you're right. Your
Aloha.
program director. How you doing, Rob?
Doing very well. Good to be here. Thank you for having
And
us.
so this is Malama Maui Nui. Many people still call you Community Work Day, I'll bet.
Definitely.
And I'll bet there's people who say, how come we don't hear anything about Community Work Day anymore?
That's because we're called Malama Maui Nui.
And you have been for how many years now? 5? 4
5
or
or
5?
6.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah, because I know for so long everything still had the CWD website and email and so forth, but now you've got your own under the new name, right?
Right. Yeah, well, our 501c3 is still Community Workday Program, but we DBA Malama Maui Nui.
Okay, cool. So get the drift and bag it. A big one, always has been, and I looked at your website and you've got this list of locations. I mean, my gosh, what have you got? You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 locations around the island where you've got organized
That's
pickup.
right. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. We've actually been having more names and locations rolling in all week. So
Oh, cool.
that map, which is on our website at malamamauinui.org, will be updated constantly in the coming days. So even day of, you may see new things popping up that people are reporting to us. So we're super excited about the amount of involvement with it.
That's cool. That's really cool. So now, the people they call you and say, "Is there something going on in my area, or can we start something?"
Both. Yeah.
Yeah, this is a part of actually an international effort. So the Ocean Conservancy heads it on an international level, and it's called the International Coastal Cleanup. And then they break it down into regions, into states, and into areas. So for Malama Maui Nui's responsibility is Maui County. So for anyone who wants to get involved in Maui County, can call us, and then we'll get them set up with some supplies, the data cards, any of the coordinators' packets. We did a training, so anybody can host a cleanup.
Cool. And then as you say Maui, we're talking Maui Nui. These are all 3 islands.
Absolutely. Yeah, we've yet to get anybody coordinated, I believe, on Molokai and Lanai. So if anyone's listening,
Not too late for those listening right here and
Yeah,
now.
let's do it. We got 3 days. Let's
always
get them
happen.
organized. Yeah. Well, even if they don't do it on that day, they can. It's still part of the same program.
right? Absolutely. And this is a month-long event. So we collect the data for a month long, and then it gets put into that international database.
And each year we collect more and more trash.
There's a lot of trash.
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately, yeah, and some of the stuff that you guys pick up, I mean, it's just, I can't believe it's out in the ocean floating around. I mean, it's just, give me some of the worst stuff that you find.
Well, worse stuff.
Let's make it really gory.
Yeah, let's get to some of these numbers that
You're
you have.
talking 395,000 pounds, which if I do quick math, that's 200 ton.
Yeah, that's a lot. Those are our running numbers from this past year. But so yeah, we're actually on site, we'll have the running numbers, hopefully projected. The digital bus is going to be joining us, and so he brings a lot of fun stuff out, and he's going to be projecting the numbers that we collect, because we'll be using also the Clean Swell app, which has been really awesome, able to help us cut down paper while we're collecting data around these materials. But in terms of gross, I don't know. I mean, we get so many really interesting.
Well, give me the interesting. Maybe they're not gross things, but give me the interesting
They're
stuff.
really interesting.
I mean, we all know about the plastic that the poor water creatures get tangled up in.
Our largest numbers come in small objects like bottle caps
Yeah.
and cigarette butts. Those have astounding numbers that have been collected through the course of these cleanups. Straws, water bottles, things like that are kind of the large volume, but you never know what you're going to find out there. We have huge items that we've already seen at our kickoff event when we did a kind of preview of the space of giant fishing nets that are wrapped around things like toilet bowl seats. And, you know, so you just don't know what you're going to find, and they're washing up from all over the world, and we have different waterways that are bringing stuff to us. It's not just litter that's happening here on island, but we're kind of collecting debris from as far away as Asia and South America. So.
Well, last week on the show we had Tapani Vori from the Marine Institute at my Ocean Center, and he was talking about, of course, they're working on the coral, trying to save the coral. Now, this stuff has an impact on that because it ends up coming up on shore and can rest on that and kill coral, I would think, as well as all the other stuff that's out there.
Yeah, it can have large effects, not just in the weight and the physical kind of interaction with that, but it also breaks down into microplastics that are going to be creating toxins for the coral and for the associated marine life that kind of lives in symbiotic relationships with the coral. And then we have the damage that comes from sunscreen as well. So we have a lot to consider about how to care for our coral. And one of the big ways to fight that is to think about our litter here on island, but also cleaning up what's washing up towards us from other areas. So.
Right.
Yeah,
Now-
and just like Rob was saying in terms of like sunscreen, you know, I think that this event is really reflective of, you know, our personal habits. Like we were saying, a lot of what we find are plastic toothbrushes and straws and cigarette butts and bottle caps, things that are really easy to prevent from getting into that environment. And so it's a really interesting time to kind of think about our consumer habits and kind of how we carry on our day to day and what small changes we can make to really have a big impact.
Right. Oh, I just read an article on some restaurant or something that has gone from the plastic straws to the paper.
That's right.
They don't last as long, obviously, but all you want is that one drink out through it. But you don't have the plastic to just drop or throw wherever.
Yeah, and there's a lot of shops now that sell metal straws that you can take with you and have your own straw to take on
Metal
hand.
straws. Never thought about that.
Yeah, it's an easy solution. You know, so you were saying at the beginning of this how we're collecting more and more and more trash, which is, we want to have more involvement, we want to collect more trash, but ultimately our goal is to collect less and less. We want to reduce what we're creating in our waste.
You just don't want it out there.
That happens by using reusable items such as utensils and straws like that. Even be as bold as bringing your own plates to a restaurant if you're going to get to-go stuff. You can do that. It's allowed.
Yeah, and on that note, Maui Huilau Foundation will be joining us at our kickoff event and has been donating the composting materials that we'll be having our lunch on as well. So we're trying to, you know, really practice what we preach in terms of, you know, it's not just about coming and cleaning it up, but preventing it from getting there in the first place.
Right. Wow. We don't realize, you know, you see somebody drop a straw, you see somebody drop a cigarette butt. That's one butt, but it's not. I mean, how many thousands of people make how many thousands of trips to the beach and go in the water, or don't go in the water, but it's on the beach, and sooner or later it gets washed into the water by one way or another. Do the king tides have a major effect on some of this stuff because you're getting more from further in?
Not so much. More what usually affects this kind of stuff are the seasonal currents.
Okay.
And so, you know, where we are in the central location has a tendency, you know, on the North Shore, it has a tendency to have deposition during the summer months. So this is actually a great time for us to be working in that area. And, you know, that the Wailuku side of the Kahului Harbor has a real tendency to collect marine debris. It really catches on this side, and so this is a really good time to do that.
Interesting. So, but now you do this once a year as a major campaign, but really you've got people out there cleaning up on the beach a lot.
Yeah, and the same with the Ocean Conservancy. You know, it's a year-long thing, and this is just how we kind of re-energize it every year and send everyone a reminder. So, but anyone is welcome to contact us any time of the year to get organized for a cleanup. Yeah, so wherever, you know, if you have a favorite beach or you see a beach that really needs some love that's not getting love, you know, give us a call. Let us know how we can help you.
Right. Don't just go and lay on the beach. Do something. Yeah, I don't.
Do
you know,
both.
I'm not the kind that can go and just lay on the beach and let the sun bake me, you know, kind of thing. If I'm at the beach, I want to be playing, you know, some sport, some athletic something, or well, I don't even read a book because the sun's. I usually don't like it in the sunlight, the brightness. But I'm either in the water or I'm gone.
Yeah, it's
You know?
easy. 2
So-
minutes.
Yeah, so get out there and do something.
And my partner and I have two kind of commitments whenever we go to the beach. One is we never leave any waste of our own behind, but two, we try to each pick up just 2 items when we leave. And imagine if everyone took a practice like that, just to
Wow.
simply pick up 2 little items of trash that they see lying around them when we go to the beach. The impact we could have doing that on a daily basis.
Right.
So simple practice like that we can carry in our life are very easy. You don't have to get a part of a big campaign.
Right.
But we are really excited to have people join the campaign,
Right.
so hopefully they'll do that as well.
Hang on to that thought while we take a short break, and we'll be right back.
Aloha from Pacific Source, and thank you for your support over the years. Pacific Source has offered more of what builders and homeowners value most in building materials and cabinet design. We've done this by offering superior customer service and products, as well as by designing kitchens and baths that are intelligent and elegant while staying true to your vision and budget. Visit our showroom in Waikapu in Central Maui, where we display a variety of cabinets as well as top-name appliances like Sub-Zero, Wolf, Viking, KitchenAid, and more. We display countertops, tile and wood flooring, and several brands of windows and doors, including Fleetwood multi-slides and La Cantina folding doors. Come in and talk to our designers about making your dreams become a reality. From concept to completion, we really believe our attention to detail and superior service are what sets us apart. Let us show you what we mean. We are a Pacific Source at 515 East Oahe Way in the Consolidated Base Yard in Waikapu, just off Waiko Road. Call us at 986-0380. That's 986-0380, or look us up online at packsource.com.
And we are back. This is Maui Nonprofit Notes, talking story with our nonprofit executive directors and staff to find out what's happening. And we say what's happening in your world, but your world is our world, especially when it comes to things like beach cleanups. During the break here, we were talking for just a minute about some of the things that we see and that we see people do, and comments people make about, oh, the beach is getting so dirty. How come? And it's like, would you look around and see why it's getting dirty? Who's doing this? Can we pass a note to somebody? Pick up 2 pieces before you leave. Pick up 2 pieces before you leave, or something. Just a silent campaign. I mean, I know some people get really excited when they get something like that. It's like, it's not my job to clean the beach. Well, if you're going to use the beach, isn't it your job to keep it clean?
Yeah, I just think this is a community responsibility that we all carry. It's one of the reasons I love our name that we talked about at the beginning, Malama Maui Nui. Malama is to care for. And so to carry that spirit, it's a community action. Caring for something is not an individual task where you go out and you're a lone ranger. It's about working together hand in hand. And so we all are carrying Malama for this island and trying to care for how we interact with our beaches, our roadways, our mountains, our forest. So, yeah, we're in it together for sure.
And I just think, instead of complaining about it, do something. I mean, I guess that's the way I was brought up. Whenever I complained about something, my mother would always say, well, so fix it.
Yeah, like you said, it takes just as much energy to point it out as it does to just do something about it, to just pick it up. And so, conserve some effort.
Right.
And, be a part of the solution. I think that's the other part of it, is remembering we can focus on the problem or we can focus on the solutions. We have that choice that, to make every time that we witness those kinds of activities.
Right. I have a question for you that just popped into my head, and this may be dangerous because I haven't thought about it. But we talked about 200 tons of litter collected last year, or so far this year. Mm-hmm. What do you do with it?
A lot.
Okay.
So we generally sort most everything and recycle as much as we can. However, a lot of it does get contributed to the landfill. We are. I don't know if I should get into this, but we have been looking around for trying to experiment with some of these materials in terms of alternative use, and so we have our Art of Trash event every year in the first week of April, and so that's one place that we really try to point people in terms of using some of these materials. There's a lot that can be done with this material. I know a lot of the fish nets. I think Cheryl King, I believe Sharktastic, was working with Kahi from Sustainable Coastlines to get these nets to like Adidas that was making some shoes and stuff like that. So, we try to contribute to those projects as much as we can whenever they're they're available. So there are people who are getting really creative with these materials, which is really exciting because, especially for us here, in Hawaii, where we're so isolated, and transporting these materials is so expensive
Right.
and just really not cost effective for us to really try to find, more productive uses for them.
That's great. I just, the number is so staggering. I think that's the part that it's like, okay, so who threw this 200 tons out there? Or, I mean, not necessarily threw it, but left it, or fell off the boat, or blew off the table on the boat, or whatever.
This is a vast majority of that number is generated here.
Okay.
That is appliances, that is tires, that is car batteries. That is not tourists. That is coming
Gotcha.
from those
Okay.
of us who reside on this island. To put that in perspective,
Okay.
So
this 200 ton is not all stuff out of the ocean. This
No.
is all over the island.
Yes.
All the trash that we just put out there.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah. And remembering, our urban environment, I think that we overlook our urban environment, like, well, yeah, it's a mess. It's because that's where people are and, whatever, things get blown around. But, understanding that our built environment is a part of our natural environment. We talk a lot about Malcolm and Mackay efforts, right? But where on island do we have a ridge that runs Malcolm and Mackay that's not interrupted by a road or, an industrial area or a housing complex or something like that? So really, in order to bridge that gap, right, from those Malcolm protected areas to the Mackay protected areas, you have the urban environment, and that's where the community's role is to bridge that, right, and keep things clean so that as water runs down from the top of the mountain to the ocean, it does so without contaminants, without all those
Right.
plastic pieces and
Collects along the way. And
right,
That's where it ends up.
right.
Interesting. That's a good point. Because I was thinking beaches, but it's not. It doesn't all come from the beaches. I'm not even going to try to guess what percentage comes from beaches, but it's the combination of things.
And I don't have that data with me today, but when you ask about the numbers, but part of what we do is tracking that data and learning about the trends that are happening with what we're collecting. During this campaign, we're encouraging people, as mentioned before, to get the Clean Swell app. We also have data cards provided, which is recording what's being collected, where you found it, where it came from. And we're constantly doing that with our recons throughout the whole island, with other cleanups that are happening. And as we learn that data and understand where things are being sourced and where they're starting, where they're more frequently found, we can start to examine ways to really look at productive solutions that are based on trends. And
Yeah, a good example of that is last year, the amount of the foam lunch plate containers.
Oh, yeah.
We had over 3,600 lunch plate containers, which came pretty close to, I believe it's pretty close to 1% of what was collected globally. And so, that kind of data was used to help with the initiative, the Styrofoam Free initiative that's been going through our council. So, it's not always just legislation. This could be business people deciding, whether or not to carry plastic straws, and so it can be used all different ways. Scientists use this. It's open source data, so anyone has the capacity to get a hold of that data, and they make it really easy where you can break it down to where you are locally, so that way you can affect it locally. I know Senator Schatz also brought it up recently on the Senate floor. So I think it's really powerful for people to understand. Some people don't like to take the time, or they're like, it makes picking it up, and we become real mission focused. So picking it up becomes this kind of like side chore where you're like, I really like to bypass this and just put it in the bag. But understanding that the preventative power, the proactive power really lies with that data.
Interesting. They and so does I can't remember whether did the council pass the ban on that?
Yeah, I believe they did. I know it has some limitations, but
Okay.
they did. I believe it goes into effect January of 2018,
Okay.
if I'm not mistaken.
And of course, when there's a discussion like that, it's always the cost issue to the restaurant or the food vendor.
And if we factored in the real cost, like the cost of going around and picking it up and disposing of it, that would probably debunk that cost thing really fast.
Right. I never thought about what you said earlier about if you're going out to eat and it's a place where you normally would have leftovers that you want to take home, take a plate. Hello.
Bring some Tupperware with you.
Yeah. I mean, when we have Thanksgiving dinner, we always have this whole bunch of people in, and there's always several of them that bring their Tupperware with them. They're going to, just because they didn't cook Thanksgiving dinner doesn't mean they don't want some leftover turkey and dressing, right?
That's right.
And so it's like when I first saw that, I thought, well, that's pretty, pushy to bring a Tupperware to somebody's house for dinner. And then I got thinking about it. Well, if I weren't cooking the turkey, I'd miss having that.
And everybody wins.
Yeah.
The company doesn't incur the cost.
Right.
You don't have trash, and the landfill saves a little space.
Right. That's fabulous. I learned something really important. I've learned a couple things today.
Yeah, I believe the Department of Environmental Management is actually is going to be giving out or handing out or selling. I'm not sure if these like plastic reusable plate lunch containers. So I'm super excited to see that. And then obviously, I believe Malia from Maui Huilau has been selling the bamboo sporks. I know I keep one in one of my bags. Those kinds of things. And it's really easy. I mean, everyone has adjusted to not carrying their own bags, bringing their own water bottles. Some of these other things like straws and the Tupperware.
Right.
Once you get into the habit, it's just like anything. Getting yourself there takes a little bit of effort.
Right.
But once you're there, it's the same as your other routine. It's just a routine, right?
Yeah. And I get static everywhere I go because I keep using these water bottles. And people look at them and they go, "What are you doing?" And everybody else has got these cool, cups and thermoses and whatever's. And I must have at least 20 of those between the office and the house. But for some reason, it's just so much simpler to just grab that bottle and go. Now that's a learning thing, right?
Exactly.
I got to turn the page and get into the 21st century here.
Yeah. Have a little sticky note on your front door before you walk out. Like, I have my checklist.
Yeah.
Keys, wallet, water bottle.
I go, okay. Interesting.
It's that easy.
Yeah. I wish it was. I don't know why. I really, at most meetings I go to, I'm the only one with a water bottle, a plastic water bottle.
Oh, that's good in of itself.
Well,
You're
yeah,
the only
one. Everybody else has got.
Maybe they'll start rubbing off on you.
You think? I don't know. Sometimes I like to be a little different. No, but that's not the way to be different. But it's one of those things. And of course, I had a friend one time who said, "See this bottle? I've been using this for a year and a half." And I said, "What?" And they said, "I just refill it." And then somebody said one along the way, "Do you ever wash it?" And they go, "Well, no, it's just got water in it." And it's like, water. Water is the cleanest thing in the world. And, and then they start talking about the things that could be going on in that bottle. And I go, okay, I use it once and that's it. But that's even worse.
Well, we all make our choices of how we want to be responsible and what we want to do. And our goal as an organization, as a community, is not to shame people who have different practices than we do, who choose to deal with their waste differently, but rather to offer them opportunities and avenues to make changes that they believe in. And
Right.
so we're helping people understand that there are other opportunities, there are other ways, there are things that can offer really positive impact to the world around them. And do what you want to do and follow your path, but at the same time, be open to learning. And
Right.
we want to be good teachers for that. So. And one thing we are trying to teach about is how to participate in reusable goods like that.
Right.
And another thing is how to participate in joining in with the people around you to enact change.
Right.
And so this campaign coming up is a really good opportunity for that, to feel that chance to put in practice what you want to believe in and to experience what it means to be a community member and to work next to the person, work with the person
Right.
next to you. So.
Now for the Get the Drift and Bag It Saturday, the event, you get some companies that come out in force, where a group of employees in the companies come out and want to do their part.
Yeah, we do. I'm trying to think off the top of my head which ones we might have organized at this point. I would imagine some of the ones over at like the Lahaina Town cleanup.
Yeah, quite a few restaurants and resorts have chipped in and doing some really cool
Right.
things. We have a really good partnership with Maui Brewing Company. They
Yes.
provide their grain bags that we use for our litter collection bags
Oh,
instead
cool.
of plastic trash bags. And they have done a phenomenal job organizing a bunch of cleanup teams as well. That'll be down in the Kihei area. And then as far as our kickoff event goes, we do have some great nonprofit partners who will be there with us. Pacific Whale Foundation and the Digital Bush will both be there to
Cool.
offer educational components. and also bringing some manpower as well to do some cleaning.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
How about families? Do families get together and do a family outing?
Oh, absolutely. And so many community groups and civic groups and churches. It's really, really awesome. We have an awesome Micronesian community that'll be joining us over in the central area as well. So it is. It's like Rob said, I mean, you very much feel the community vibe in terms of being out there, knowing that you're out there with your neighbors, with the people that you live and work with.
That's cool. That's cool. So now most of these events, what is it, like from 9 in the morning to something? Or
Yeah, if you go to our website, malamamauinui.org, you'll see the interactive map that will list the date and time of the cleanups. The majority of them are happening this Saturday, the 16th, but it'll be a part of the month-long campaign, which runs till October 14th. And our kickoff event that Malama Maui Nui will be hosting ourselves is at the small boat ramp at Kahului Harbor. And that will be running 9 to noon. We'll have lunch included, and there'll be a lot of good fun educational opportunities there. And come one, come all. If you don't want to be there, again, you can come and look at the map and find one that's closer to you, or maybe a beach that you really care about. You could just show up and see if someone's there, and if they're not, start cleaning yourself.
There you go. There you go. That's great. And now, do you try to stop by most of the places where they've organized, or?
Yeah, our community
that
relations specialist will be floating around to some of them. Unfortunately, because of the small time frame, it'll be hard for us to make it to all the events. But some of our board members will be representing at some of the other events as well. So we do have some pretty good. I mean, we're a giant staff of 9.
Oh, a typical nonprofit.
Yeah. So we'll be spread out as much as we can while still hosting the central location.
So, still time to sign up.
Yes, absolutely.
And
Yeah, and no sign up required either. We
Yeah.
welcome
Oh,
people
okay.
just to show up and be there. Don't be afraid if you get inspired that morning to come on in.
So check out the website and see what locations are there, and if you've got something else you want to do, just call you and let you know. Maybe there's somebody else out there who's thinking of the same location.
That's right, all month long. So check in with us throughout the month. Come on by our facility, give a call, whatever it is. We would love to hear from you and find ways to connect you to opportunities and help you out with supplies too.
Sounds good to me.
Thank
hey,
you
thank
so
you
much.
guys for being on. This
Yeah,
is
mahalo.
it's going to be a great day.
Yeah, we're
Yes.
super excited.
I know. It's just I can see it, both of you. I love it. So Rob, thank you for being here. Gabriel, thank
Aloha.
Thank you, Susie.
you. And I got to wrap it up, huh? Am I running late? Yeah, like usual. Okay. Thanks, Gary. Maui Nonprofit Notes is sponsored as a community service by Pacific Source, the builder's choice. Give Paul and his staff a call at 986-0380 or stop by their showroom in the Waikapu Base Yard on East Oahe Way to see how they can help you with your building project. The Maui Nonprofit Directors Association's purpose is to provide an opportunity for nonprofit agency directors to gain personal and professional support through cooperative development activities. Maui Nonprofit Directors also provides an opportunity for networking to affect significant positive change in the community. Please visit our website and check out the member agencies. If you see one there you want to find out more about, go to their website or give them a call. Today we visited with the Pacific Cancer Foundation and found out more about the Go Pink events here coming up. We've got the big ball game, the Battle of the Badges, on September 23rd. We also visited with the folks from Malama Maui Nui and Get the Drift and Bag It coming up this Saturday. Give them a call at 877-2524. Wow, it was a busy day. Gary says, wrap it up, we're losing it. Okay, I'm Susie Tiemann, Director of Lokahi, and your host for the show. We want to thank everybody for joining us. Have a great week. Aloha.